Hello everyone, how are you doing? To be honest, I'm extremely confused. So Canon has produced these two RF wide-angle zooms, the RF 14-35 f4 and the RF 15-35 f2.8. The new RF 1435 sounds like the perfect choice. It is 300 gram lighter, quite a bit smaller, a millimeter wider, and from image quality point of view, at least Canon claims that they will be very much similar. As you know, I do quite a lot of hiking and backpacking, so lighter and smaller equipment is a big deal for me. But what about image quality? Sure, I always like lighter and smaller equipment, but I don't think I'm old enough to compromise image quality for that. Yet another time, I found tons of video where people are sitting in their comfortable room and talking about how great the lens is, how technical that lens is, how many diaphragms are there, how many elements are there, and all kind of technical stuff. At the same time, they're taking picture of charts, the brick walls, and all kind of stuff, and showing a little bit different in sharpness, barrel distortion, vignetting, and God knows what. But you know what, guys? In real world, many of those minute differences will actually be completely invisible. So the fact is that, how does it really work in real world? I don't know, because nobody is comparing that. That's why I'm out here today to take some real life pictures and do comparison of the lenses for my conclusion, and in the way let you the opportunity to take your conclusion. So let's go shooting. So while going to the photo location, let me clarify one thing. This video is intended for serious nature photographers, people who will mostly take high depth of field images on a tripod. If you're looking for something else, this is not a video for you. Sure, there is another use case of fast wide-angle lenses, and that is Milky Way photography. I'm not gonna cover that in this video. I will probably do another follow-up of that. So, let's go. So that's it for today. Anyway, it's getting brighter, a lot of people are around, so time to pack up and go back to the digital darkroom. Alrighty, so back to the warmth and comfort of the digital darkroom. As always, I have taken the privilege to choose the images that we will use for the comparison. Now, normally when we produce an image, we do some post-processing. So for the comparison, I have done some post-processing and we will compare the post-processed image. So in this comparison, you will always see the 1435 image on the left and the 1535 images on the right. So we will first start with the 14mm on the 1435 and 15mm on the 1535. So first thing to see is that how wide the 14mm is compared to 15mm. As you can see, this branch of the tree, that is kind of half cut, so there is a little bit there, and also you can see the distance of the corner from this branch, which is a little bit more here. So yes, 14mm is little bit wide, but not that much. So we will first start with the center. I can't notice any visible difference between the two images in the center. However, the 1535 looks having a little bit more definition. Look at this part of the image. Now let's go to the corner where normally the wide-angle lenses suffer. So as you can see, the corner of the 1435 is a little bit mushy, whereas the 1535 looks way more sharper. Yes, the sharpness falls off a little bit in the extreme corner, but it's way better than the 14-35. Let's see the bottom left. The same situation is true for the bottom left as well. However, the difference is not that massive. So let's do the same comparison for the 20mm. Same thing, we'll start with the center and then we will go to the corners. This time again the center looks very much similar. Same situation, the 15-35 has a little bit more definition than the 14-35. And let's look at the corners now. This time it is very, very close, even though the 15-35 has slight edge on the corner because it is tack sharp corner to corner, whereas this part of the image in the 14-35 still is a bit mushy. Same story goes for the bottom left. Now we will do the same comparison at 24mm. Again the same story in the center. This time the 14-35 has a very small place that is a little bit mushy, but most of the image is corner to corner tack sharp, whereas the 15-35 is amazingly sharp here at the corner as well. I assume the same will go for the bottom side as well. Yeah, it's similar on the bottom left too. Couple more. So let's do the next one, which is 28mm. Kind of same story in the center. Now let's look at the corners. This time the corner looks very, very similar. They are absolutely identical in the corner, even though the 15-35 has a very slight advantage at the center. Final comparison, 35mm. The absolute center seems very, very similar, but this part of the definition is still way better in the 15-35. Let's look at the corner. Again in this one they look absolutely identical. I get a feeling that 15-35 is little bit softer in this place compared to the 14-35, which seems to have a little bit more definition. Seems to be the same story here on the bottom left too. Overall, the difference is very, very, very minute, but the 15-35 definitely has a little bit better image quality than the 14-35 when it comes to sharpness comparison. Now let me quickly show you the processing. So the original image was like this. I just did a little bit of processing to bring it here. You can see the processing values here. I also added a little bit of sharpness. 100 is normally what I add, but with a small masking. At the same time, I added a small mask here to get rid of a little bit of highlight. Okay guys, so what's the conclusion? The 2.8 seems to be tad sharper, it has a little bit more details, but the F4 version is smaller and lighter, and most importantly, it takes 77mm filter. There is another thing that made the choice a little bit more difficult. If you are using a gimbal like I do, then watch this. While testing the lenses on a gimbal, I found a big thing. You see how the barrel extends so far for the 15-35? And compared to that, the 14-35 was much more uniform. That means whenever I was changing the focal length with the 15-35, I had to balance the gimbal, but that was not the case with the 14-35. That is a big advantage of 14-35. I'm still confused on which one is better for me. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comment below. As always, you can download the raw images and compare it yourself. The link can be found in the description below. I hope this will help you making your choice, and if it did, please like the video. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notification of my upcoming work. If you are interested in the natural beauty of this location, you can see that on my previous Ahush Gorge video here. Last but not least, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you soon.